Hey guys, welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the APC Toys Transformers Prime First Edition KO Optimus Prime. So we'll just take a quick look at the box first, and very, very cool box in my opinion. One of my favorite boxes that I actually own. So you have nice artwork of the Optimus Prime right here. His name's actually Attack Prime, so that's the name they gave him. On the top of the box it says Attack Prime, and you got more Prime over here and Prime over here, and on the back you have your product shots and whatnot. So that's about it for the box. So there's the box, and you also get an instruction booklet, which is actually a pretty nice instruction booklet. It's actually pretty easy to follow. So yeah, so there's that. So here is APC Toys Optimus Prime. And this is an exact copy of the first edition Optimus Prime that we got back when Transformers Prime first released. So, and it looks nice. I like the updated paint apps. There are obviously going to be some differences. One, besides the paint, these were a softer plastic. These are now just a solid plastic. They don't bend at all. But you have a nice chrome for the front grille, and for... Actually, I think that's the only chrome. Yeah, and everything else is just done in like a nice silver color. So, there is one thing I want to talk about. I did customize him a little bit. So originally, the first production sample of this guy was supposed to have chromed out smokestacks too. Well, instead they decided to go with this kind of like singed effect, and I'm not a fan of that. And they did the same thing on his blasters. You can't really tell there, but when I get to his accessories, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But I just took a silver Sharpie and covered it. You can kind of see the difference. So on camera, you can kind of tell. And I think that looks better. That's just what I did. And his feet were also... Let's see if it shows on the box. Yeah, his feet, obviously, in the show were supposed to be black. Well, on this production, or on this figure... they're silver, so I took a black Sharpie and painted them, or colored them black. So I do just want to get that out the way. I did kind of customize it a little bit to make it more to my liking, but other than that, everything else is spot on. And speaking of accessories, the first one we have is an alternate face. You do get a faceless Prime, which is pretty cool. I'm actually really glad they did it. And to swap out the faces or the heads, all you do is you just unscrew the screw on both sides, and then you just untab it and, call it good. So you get the optional head. You get two really nice looking Energon swords, and these are not flexible plastic. They are solid transparent plastic painted up in silver. So that's nice. You get two of these. So those are. And then you also get two blasters. Now again, this front barrel used to be like had a singed effect. I ended up painting it silver with a silver Sharpie, and then I went inside with a blue metallic Sharpie and painted like the actual inside of the gun to make it look like it was a glowing Energon effect. And I did that with both guns. So, but again, other than that, that's the only customizing I did, and I think that they look great and a heck of a lot better than what they did. So, there's his guns, and you get a sheath piece. It just plugs into his back, and that is because you also get a Star Saber, which is very, very nice. I'm glad that they included a Star Saber. So very, very cool. It's just the entire blade's done in a blue color, and you have the gold with the silver. So yeah, very, very nice. I'm glad they added that. So that's about it for vehicle mode, but there is one more thing I want to show off. If you have the Earthrise Optimus Prime trailer, you can attach it to the trailer hitch, and you can give him the look that he had or you can give him his trailer like he had it in the show. So I don't know, I think that looks pretty cool, and I honestly think the trailer looks just fine with him. I think it really works for the size and everything. So I just kind of wanted to show that off and get that out the way. So you can have that look going on too if you have a Earthrise Optimus Prime trailer. So good, the trailer. So for vehicle mode, I believe that is about it. So The transformation is exactly the same as the first edition. Nothing has changed as far as that goes. So I guess we'll just get down to it. So first you just kind of want to flip this section and bring this up. Then you can take the legs down. You then want to split them up top. Split them up here. And split them down here. Take the trailer hitch, fold it in. Let me flip them around. And you just want to bring the legs, bring them down, and flip up the heel spur. And you can see what I mean with the feet. They were originally black or silver, and I took a black Sharpie and colored over them. So, and you can see back here with the back of the foot that it was silver. So, yeah. So you just want to take it and again just bring it back, tab it in, and bring the legs down like so. And bring up the camera a little bit because he gets a little taller. You then want to, you can bring his head up, take these sections, bring them out. Then want to take the front grille, split it, bring it up. You then can just take these sections and actually you can just bring them back. Then you want to take this entire front section here and bring it down. And this will be his arms and his chest. So then you can take it, bring it up, take these back panels, bring them back. Actually, before you want to do that, I want to take his waist and rotate it around so it's facing the right way. So you got that going on. And then you can take these panels, close them in back here. You want to bring these down so you can bring these sections up and bring them to the back like so. And then you can just kind of fiddle with these and orient the smokestacks however you like. I'll fight with those later. You then want to split the arms. And again, you can't see what I'm doing. So you want to split the arms, bring them back, bring them out. And there is a peg here that will go into a port in the wheel well. So, and there's also actually a tab right there that will go into a slot right there. So you can kind of line everything up, get it all lined up, and peg it in. Excuse me. And you just want to do the same thing. Excuse me. Jeez. And you just want to do the same thing on this side. Line it up, peg it in, and rotate the arms down. And then you can bring these sections here, you can bring it out, bring it forward, rotate it up, bring the hand down, rotate it back, and orient the arm properly, like so. And you want to do the same thing on this side, kind of rotate it around, bring this section out, bring up the hand, bring this down, and rotate it around, and it will tab into the side of the arm like so. And I believe we are done. There is APC Toys, KO Transformers Prime Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And after I'm done fighting with the smokestacks, because I have a bit of an OCD problem, I want to get them lined up somewhat straight. There we go. Let me lower the camera a little bit. Raise that up. Lower the camera some more. So there we have APC Toys Prime in his robot mode, and he looks really good. I am very, very happy with the updated paint job and whatnot that they gave him, because while I love the first edition mold, and again, this is the exact same mold, there has been absolutely no changes in the mold itself, except for the fact that these aren't bendy plastic, but as far as sculpting wise, it's the exact same. Everything is the exact same. The transformation, the posability, everything. But just the updated paint apps, like the silver here, and the yellow, and just everything, I think, makes this guy look so good. And I never did own the original first edition mold, so this is my first time owning it, and yeah, I'm very, very happy to finally own a Transformers Prime, Optimus Prime figure in general. So, as far as the detail goes, you can just see how clean they really did make this figure. And again, I did these black with or these were silver, but I colored them with black Sharpie. And coming up the back, clean backpack. Just have the smokestacks and the grill hanging off the back, but that don't bother me at all. And I did put Autobot stickers on his shoulders. Those are just Repro labels that I had laying around, so I think they look good. So, as far as posability goes, the head is on a ball joint. You can do whatever you want with that. You can look up that far, look down that far. The arm can do a full 360. The shoulder pad moves out. The arm can move out. It's got a elbow swivel, well, tight elbow swivel, and you got about 90 degrees. Oh, that keeps on tabbing. That's the first time I've had issues with that. A little over 90 degrees I've been at the elbow. You got your wrist swivel. You kind of have a waist swivel, but it kind of breaks his waist when you use it, so not really. Legs or hips are on a ball joint. They can go forward, they can go back, they can go out that far. You have a above the knee swivel. Or no, the hips aren't on a ball joint. No, they're not. But you do have above the knee swivel, about 90 degrees of bend at the knee, and the feet are on a ankle pivot, or they do have an ankle pivot, so you can get some of that, which is really nice. And the toes can kind of move up and down. Not really, but so posability is pretty good. Just kind of missing the waist swivel, but that doesn't bother me at all. So as far as accessories go, you can give him both of his swords. So there's a couple different ways people orientate his weapons. You can plug him into his hand straight like this, but the kind of correct way is to rotate his hand to the side like this, and then you plug in the sword sideways like that. That's kind of the more correct way to do it. Either way works. I don't really care. I personally plug him in this way. Well, it depends on the type of pose I want to get him in. But you could do... Oops, God. You keep on plugging today, and I don't know why. But you could do either or, and... You know, like I said, it just depends on the type of pose that I'm getting him in. Like, if I have him kind of standing like this, I like to take the sword and plug it in like that, just so you can actually see the sword instead of just kind of seeing, like, the top of it. But again, it's all up to you, it's personal preference, but there is, I guess, like, two different ways you can do it, and this way is the correct way. Again, it's up to personal preference, it's your toy, you do with it as you wish, but that's just that. So that's how he looks with the swords. Badass, in my opinion, looks great. And of course, we can give him his two blasters, which again, you can plug in either way. You can do it this way, or the way that I prefer, which is going in at the side, like how you did with the swords, or how I did with the swords, and you can get him going in that way, and get him, oops, if I can get him orientated properly, you can get him in kind of like a shooting pose. So, and again, I really do like how this turned out. I wish it came like that on the toy, but hey, again, not gonna complain. The toy's perfect enough in my opinion. So, you have his guns, and of course, for the big daddy, you have the Star Saber, which, if I can get him straightened back out, you can, well, first off, you take this hilt piece, and there's a hole right in there. It's a screw hole, and this is long enough to go back in there and plug in, so kind of have it at an angle. But of course, you can hold the Star Saber, and how you do that is this cap piece right here. You actually take it off, and you can slide it into his hand, and then you just put the cap piece back on, like so, and you can have him holding the Star Saber, which looks very, very nice in my opinion. Looks very, very, very cool. So you of course can have that going on, and obviously you can sheath it. So just get that back on and put this on there, and it just clips in, so you just take it and it'll just snap in. Oop, well, now that I say that, it's not going to, but there you go. And you can have him kind of holstering it on his back, which is very, very, very nice. So, as far as comparison goes, here is Optimus, And I also got, well, let me, again, straighten out the smokestacks. I also have the APC Toys Megatron, and I think they look really, really good together. Megatron, I've heard that Megatron is a little too tall for Prime, but, I mean, in the show, you did see how Megatron kind of did tower over Prime. Maybe not by that much, but that scale doesn't really bother me. I'm not a scale nut, so I personally don't really care. This works just fine for me. But in general, I think they just absolutely look amazing together regardless. So, and I will be doing a review on him next. So, stay tuned for that. So, ABC Toys Optimus Prime. I definitely say I pick him up. Especially if you have... If you either want to get an updated first edition Optimus Prime, or you have never had the first edition Optimus Prime and you want, like, you know, an updated, or you want like that kind of figure, I would definitely say pick them up. But even just in general, if you're just a fan of Transformers Prime and you have the first edition mold and you kind of want like a better color scheme with more accessories, I would say get them. I paid $50 for him and Megatron, or no, I think I paid $40 for him and $40 for Megatron, so I only paid like $80 for the two of them. And I think that's an absolute steal for what you're getting. I mean, you get 2 guns, 2 swords, a Star Saber, and the first edition mold with a way better paint job. Yeah, again, I added the silver for the smokestacks and for the feet and the gun and whatnot. But again, I just did that with a silver Sharpie, a black Sharpie, and a metallic blue Sharpie. I got it like Walmart for like 99 cents a piece. So I think this guy's totally worth it. I definitely recommend it. I don't have RC yet, but I do plan on getting her sometime soon. I just haven't gotten around to getting her. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review, and as always, have a good one.